सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमः पाणिनिकात्यायन पतंजलिभ्यः शब्द विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यः नमस्कारः and welcome to 195th class today, 8th September 2014. Now actually we are now almost finishing the Vibhaktis. 7 Vibhaktis have already been done, and Sambodhana also was studied in the previous class. So Sambodhana is a part and parcel of the Prathama Vibhakti. That is why it is called Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti. Generally there are two paddhatis, two ways of studying the nouns. One way is to study the Sambodhana vocative case immediately after the nominative case, Prathama. That would be more beneficial to the students. If you study Prathama and take Sambodhana Prathama immediately, there is another way which is introduced through the books, that you study Prathama to Saptami first and then Sambodhana is at the end given. But this way, this has to be treated separately. If you put it after the Prathama, you can see the differences and similarities between Prathama and Sambodhana Prathama. Prathama and Sambodhana Prathama are almost same, excepting in the singular. Sambodhana Prathama singular is always different, mostly different. In some nouns it is the same, halanta shabdas. Whereas the Dvivachana, Prathama Dvivachana, Prathama Bahuvachana, Sambodhana Dvitiya, Dvivachana, Sambodhana Bahuvachana are almost same. Whatever is there in Prathama Dvivachana Bahuvachana, that is there in the Sambodhana Dvivachana and Bahuvachana. So the difference being only in the Ekavachana, Sambodhana Ekavachana, which is slightly different from the Prathama Ekavachana. Therefore it should be included. I recommend that it should be studied immediately after the Prathama. You take Sambodhana Prathama, then go to Dvitiya. That way learning would be very easy, nouns. So having done some Subhashitas, 2 Subhashitas we studied in the previous class, about where we found out the Sambodhana words Devi, Sureshwari, Bhagavati, Gange, Tribhuvana, Tarini, etc. and also Mataha, Medini, Tata Maruta, etc. Now we go to one Katha, wherein we are also going to see the Sambodhana Prayogaha. Prabhu Bhaktaha Gardabhaha. This is the story. Let us read on page 269. Srinivas.
Varanasya Kurparapatakaha nama Rajakaha nivasati sma. Saha yada Navaparinitaya
Swapatnya
Saha Sukham Swapiti Sma. Tada Vivaha Samaye Patnya Anitani Upayana Dravyani Apahartum Kechana Churaha Tasya Gruhe Pravishtavantaha.
Okay, one more you can read.
Tasya Rajakasya Gruhe Dve
Palita Pashu Astam. No, Prabhu Bhaktaha Gardabhaha. Prabhoho Bhaktaha, Prabhu Bhaktaha. A devotee, very obedient servant of the master. Who was that? Gardabha, a donkey. So Varanasyam Karpura Patakaha nama Rajakaha Nivasati sma. The first sentence is Varanasyam. Now this is in Kashi in India. Vara and Nasi, these two rivers meet there, therefore Varanasi. Varanasyam. Varanasi Shabda is Ikaranta Strilinga Shabda, which is Saptami here. Saptami Ekavachana. Varanasyam, like Kanyayam, Latayam. Kurpara Patakaha nama Rajakaha nivasati sma. There lived in Varanasi a washerman by name Kurpara Patakaha. Kurpara Pataka is the name of a washerman who lived in Varanasi. So opening word itself is Saptami here, and Sambodhanas are coming up. Saha Rajakaha, that washerman, Yada Navaparinitaya Patnya Saha, Sukham Swapiti Sma, and he lived there with his newly married wife. Saha Rajakaha Yada, when Navaparinitaya, newly married, with newly married Swapatnya, with his wife, with his newly married wife Saha along with Sukham, happily, Swapiti Sma, he was sleeping. Tada, when he was sleeping happily with his newly married wife, that is, when that washerman Kurparapataka was sleeping with his newly wedded wife one day, Tada, then Vivaha Samaye Patnya Anitani. So, in marriage, some items are given to the girl, na? Most of the time, girl is given. So, this girl, the wife of the washerman, brought some items with her. And among those things, Vivaha Samaye, at the time of the marriage, Patnya Anitani. Patni Shabda is Ikaranta Strilinga Shabda. Like Nadi, Nadya. Patnya Anitani, brought by the wife. At what time? Vivaha Samaye, at the time of the marriage. Upayana Dravyani, gift items. Upayana Dravyani, gift items. Apahartum Kechana Choraha Tasya Gruhe Pravishtavantaha. So, whatever the gift items were brought by the wife, Upayana Dravyani, Apahartum, to steal them, Choraitum, Apahartum Nama Choraitum, Kechana, few, Choraha, thieves, Tasya Gruhe Pravishtavantaha, entered into this washerman's house. Some thieves entered into the house of the washerman in order to steal the gift items which were brought by the wife of the washerman. So, Vivaha Samaye Patnya Anitani, Upayana Dravyani, Apahartum Choraitum, Kechana, Kepi, Choraha, Tasya Gruhe Pravishtavantaha, Agataha, Chore Agataha, Choraha Agataha, Kutra Agataha, Gruhe Pravishtavantaha, Pravesham Swikrutavantaha. So, they entered into the house. Now, you can understand here, Gruhe, Tasya, every word has to be understood, Srinivas, by now. So, Patnya is, Anitani is an adjective for the Upayana Vastuni or Dravyani. Dravyam, Dravye, Dravyani. Therefore, Anitam, Anite, Anitani, brought. Apahartum is Tumunanta Prayoga. Kechana is Kim Shabda, Pullinga. Kaha, Kau, Ke, Chittichana, Api, added to in the sense of indefinite sense. Kechana Purushaha, Kechana Choraha, some unknown thieves. Kechana Balakaha Tatra Tishtanti, some boys are standing there, whom I don't know, like that. Kechana Choraha, some unknown, unidentified thieves. Tasya Rajakasya Gruhe Pravishtavantaha. Tasya Rajakasya Gruhe, now, in the house of that washerman, Dve Palita Pashu Astam, there were two animals which were pet animals, Palita Pashu. This washerman had two pet animals, Palita Pashu Astam. Now look at these two words, Srinivas. Gruhe, Pashuhu, Pashu, Pashavaha. I think Dvau it should be. The pronoun Dvi is mistakenly used here. Gruhe, Palita Pashuhu, Palita Pashu, Palita Pashavaha, Ukaranta Pashu Shabda. So, Dvivachana, but Dve is not correct. Dvau. So, we make a correction here. Tasya Rajakasya Gruhe, Dvau Palita Pashu Astam. Two pet animals were there. We will also write it at the end. Dve is either feminine or neuter. Dvi, in the last class we derived. We have derivation from 1 to Eka to Chatur, derived in all the three genders, Pullinga, Strilinga and Napumsakalinga. So Dvi Shabda is the pronoun here, I mean the numerical. So in Ekam, Dveni, Trini, Chatvari. So Dve is derived in Pullinga as Dvau. In Strilinga Dve, Napumsakalinga Dve. But since Pashu Shabda is Pullinga, Dve would not be correct. So some printing error. Dvau palita pashu astam. You can read.
गर्दभः प्राङ्गणे रज्ज्वाबद्धः आसीत् किन्तु कुक्कुरः
उन्मुक्तः गृहपरिसरे
भ्रमन् आसीत् गृहे प्रविशतः चोरान् दृष्ट्वा गर्दभः कुक्कुरम् अवदत् सखे उच्चैः शब्दं कुरु भवान् स्वामिनं सूचयतु यत् चोराः प्रविशन्तः सन्ति इति वस्तुतः एतत् कार्यं भवतः वर्तते.
So once the thieves entered into the house, so he had two animals, pet animals, one donkey and a dog. Ekah Gardabah, anyah Kukkurah, Shunakah. Gardabah prangane rajvabaddah asit. As you can see in the picture, the Gardabah donkey was tied in the prangana, in the what you call the foreyard of the house. Gardabah prangane rajva baddaha asit. It was tied with a rope. Rajva, rajju shabda, strilinga sa. Rajjuhu rajju, rajjavaha. Rajjum rajju, rajjuhu, rajva with a rope. Trutiya ekavachana, rajva. Gardabah prangane in the forefront of the house. In the front yard, front yard you can say. Front yard, prangana is front yard. In the front yard of the washerman's house, as you can see in the picture, rajva baddaha asit. It was bound by a rope. Kintu kukkuraha shunakaha, but the dog kukkuraha shunakaha unmuktaha, it was free. It was not bound. Unmuktaha gruha parisare brahman, and it was moving in the precincts of the house. It was moving freely in the house. Brahman moving asit. It was moving. Gruha parisare brahman asit. Gruhe pravishataha choran društva. So having seen the thieves entering into the house, gruhe pravishataha choran. This pravishataha is an adjective for choran. Choran is what vibhakti? Dvitiya bahuvachana. Choram, chorau, choran. Dvitiya. So this pravishataha is shatru pratyayanta, which will be coming later. We have also seen that. Like if you take the derivation pravishan, pravisantau, pravishantaha, prathama. A shatru pratyayanta which used in the sense of entering, while going, while seeing, etc. While doing, while counting. So while entering, the thieves while entering into the house happened to have been seen by these animals. So, gruhe pravishataha choran, the thieves who were entering into the house, gardabaha, društva gardabaha, having seen the thieves entering the house, gardaba, the donkey, kukkuram avadat, the donkey said to the dog, gardabaha kukkuram avadat, gardabaha shunakam avadat, kimiti avadat, Sakhe, my friend, uchchaihi shabdam kuru, you make loud noise. Like whenever any unknown person enters into house, generally this is a lazy dog, but there is a competition now, why should you do it? So dog barks generally. So you bark loudly, he said. Uchchaihi shabdam kuru, make loud noise. Bhavan swaminam suchayatu, you inform to the master, Swami. Bhavan swaminam suchayatu, you inform the master yat that choraha pravishanti, that thieves are entering. If you bark loudly, then it is an indication to the master that thieves are. Pravishantaha santi, that choraha pravishantaha santi means they are entering. Vastutaha etat karyam bhavataha vartate. In reality, this is your job. So the donkey also said, in fact, this is your job. Etat karyam bhavataha vartate. This is your job, not my job. Next.
Tat shrutva kinchit vihasya kukkuraha avadat bhrataha mama niyogasya charcha bhavata na karaniya बन्धोः किं त्वं न जानासि यत् इदानीं स्वामी मयि पूर्ववत् न स्निह्यति मह्यं सम्यक् आहारम् अपि न ददाति. Okay.
So now the good conversation between the donkey and pet dog. So the dog is replying now. Tat shrutva, having listened to the words of the donkey. Gardabhasya vakyani vakyam shrutva. Tat nama Gardabhasya vakyam shrutva. Kinchid Kinchidiva vihasya, having laughed, given a smile. Kinchid vihasya, having laughed. Kukkuraha avadat, the dog said. So after listening to the words of the donkey, the dog, having laughed a little, smiling a little, said like this: Bhrataha, oh my brother donkey, Bhrataha Gardaba. This is Sambodhana. Hey Bhrataha, Bhoho Bhrataha, Mama niyogasya charcha bhavata na karaniya. You should not talk about my appointment, my job, my appointment, my job. Niyoga here means appointment only. So Mama niyogasya charcha bhavata na karaniya. You should not talk about my job and appointment. Bandho, oh my good friend. Kim tvam na janasi? Kim tvam na janasi? Don't you know? Kim tvam na janasi? Don't you know, my friend, my good friend? That yat means that idanim swami mayi purvavat na snihyati. Idanim swami mayi purvavat na snihyati. Don't you know, my friend, good friend, my bandhu, that master no more loves me like previously. Idanim is an avya. Now Swami, Grihaswami, our master, purvavat, like previously, Mayi na snihyati, he doesn't love me. He doesn't love me anymore like he used to. And on top of that, Mahyam samyak aharam api na dadati. He does not give me good food also. Earlier he used to love me and give me good food. Now he doesn't love me. Samyak aharam api na dadati na yachati. Aham aharnisham tasya grihasya suraksham vidadami. You have to read, I think.
Aham aharnisham tasya grihasya suraksham vidadami. Kintu saha
mudhamatihi
maya saha nirdayam acharati. Ataha he mitra aham swakartavyam janami. Bhavataha upadeshasya avashyakata nasti.
So the dog further says, Aham aharnisham tasya grihasya suraksham vidadami. I am continuously watching his house, protecting his house. Aham tasya grihasya suraksham aharnisham. Aharnisham means day and night. At once sometimes we can't translate. Aharnisham, day and night. Perpetually. Aharnisham means perpetually, constantly I am keeping the watch of his house. Tasya grihasya suraksham vidadami karomi. Kintu but saha mudhamatihi. Now the dog is cursing the master here, Swami. Saha mudhamati, that foolish fellow. Maya saha nirdayam acharati. That foolish fellow is behaving very unkind to me. Maya saha nirdayam acharati. Daya hinaha bhutva acharati. Nirdayam, very unkindly is behaving. Ataha, therefore, he mitra, O my friend, therefore, my friend, aham swakartavyam janami. I know my duty. You don't tell me, you don't teach me my duty. Aham mama kartavyam swakartavyam janami. Bhavataha upadeshasya avashyakata nasti. I don't need your instruction or your message. Bhavataha upadeshasya avashyakata nasti. Avashyakata means need. There is no need of your telling me or instructing me to do my job. I know my job. You do your job. Next.
Kukkurasya etadrusham akshepam shrutva swami bhaktaha gardavaha avadat are mudhamate shunu yaha karyakale yachate saha kutsitaha bhutyaha ninditam mitram cha bhavati. Ataha are
स्वार्थिन्
इदानीं स्वकर्तव्यं
समाचर
अनन्तरं स्वामिनं तस्य कर्तव्यविषये सचेतनं करिष्यावः इति.
Then the Kukkurasya etadrusham akshepam shrutva swami bhaktah Gardavah avadat. Kukkurasya etadrusham akshepam. So having listened to the objection of the dog, when the Gardava, the donkey asked the friend dog to bark and awaken the master, the dog said, no, I won't do, because he is no more loving me and not feeding me. So Kukkurasya Shunakasya etadrusham. Etadrusham, you understand? It is a pronoun. Etadrush. Etadrusham akshepam, objection. This kind of. Etadrusham akshepam. Having listened to this kind of objection of the srutva, akshepam srutva. After listening to the objection, this type of objection of the dog, Gardavaha, Swami Bhaktah Gardavaha, that is the title. Swami Bhaktah Gardavaha, this obedient to the master, the donkey said, Avadat, Are Mudhamate, you fool, Are Mudhamate, you fool, Srunu, listen, Tvam Srunu, you listen, Yaha Karya Kale, Yachate saha kutsitaha bhrutyaha ninditam mitram cha bhavati. One who asks for something, the master, during the time of his work, karya kale, when he is supposed to work, that time yachate saha kutsitaha bhrutyaha. Such a servant is called the meanest, kutsitaha, very mean servant. When you are supposed to do your job, instead of doing your job, if you say that no, you give me, you are not giving me, objecting to do your job and coming out with complaints, then such a person is called kutsitaha bhrutyaha. He is such a very mean servant. Ninditam mitram cha bhavati, and he also becomes a cursed friend. You become, by objecting to do your job now, you become a mean servant and also a bad and a condemned friend to me. We are friends here working for our master. So you are not willing to bark now and alert the master about the thieves coming into. So by doing this, you become a kutsitaha bhrutyaha, a mean servant, and as far as our relation is concerned, ninditam mitram, you become a condemned friend. Ataha, therefore, are swarthin, you selfish fellow. Gardava is strongly accusing now. Are swarthin, this is Sambodhana. You selfish fellow. Idanim, now swakartavyam samachara. Now you do your duty. Forget all these complaints. Idanim swakartavyam samachara kuru. Anantaram swaminam, later, first you do your job now. Anantaram swaminam tasya kartavya vishaye sachetanam karishyam. Then we will make him alert, we will make him realize about his duties. First you do your duty now. Pratamam tvam tava swakaryam kuru, anantaram swaminam tasya kartavya vishaye sachetanam kurma. We will make him awake, we will make him enlightened about his duty towards the pet animals. Swa kartavya Vishaye sachetanam karishyamah iti. So this is what the donkey said. Next.
Etena kukkuraha api rushtaha abhavat. Saha api gardavam
Akshipan avadat.
Are mudha pasho tvam kim maam
evam upadishyasi
स्वस्वामिनं किमर्थं न बोधयसि यः स्वामी कार्यकाले एव भृत्यान् संभावयेत् सः
किं प्रभुः इति
ख्यातः भवति उक्तं खलु केनचित्
कविना
आश्रितानां
भृतौ
स्वामी सेवायां धर्मसेवने पुत्रस्योक्ताद
पुत्रस्योत्पादने चैव
पुत्रस्योत्पादने चैव न सन्ति प्रतिहस्तकाः इति.
So etena, by these words of the donkey, Gardavasya etadrusha nirbhasanena akshepena nindanena etena kukkuraha shunakaha api rushtaha abhavat. The dog became angry. Kruddhaha abhavat. Rushtaha kruddhaha. Kukkuraha shunakaha api rushtaha kruddhaha abhavat. Etena ninda akshepena. Saha, that kukkuraha api also gardabham akshipan avadat. Then that donkey also said, accusing the donkey. Akshipan, accusing the donkey, he said, Are Moda Pasho, you foolish animal, you are instructing me. Are Moda Pasho, Tvam kim mam evam upadishasi. You are instructing me like this. You are giving me message to me. Upadishasi. Swaswaminam kimartam na bodhayasi. Why don't you wake up the master? Why do you want me to do? You can also wake up, na? You can also create big noise, bigger noise than me. Swaswaminam kimartam na bodhayasi. Why are you not awakening the master? Why do you want me to bark and awaken him? You can also do the same. Then yaha swami karyakale eva bhrutyan sambhavayet saha kim prabhu iti kyataha bhavati. Yaha swami karyakale eva bhrutyan sambhavayet saha kim prabhu iti kyataha bhavati. Uktam kalu kenachit kavina. So a master karyakale eva bhrutyan sambhavayet. One who honors his servants at the time of their duty, discharging their duty, karyakale eva, at the time of the work only, bhrutyan sambhavayet, one who remunerates, sambhavana here means remunerate, one who remunerates or honors, sambhu, it also means sambhavana means honoring, remunerating, etc. As far as now servants are concerned. Yaha Swami, whichever master, Karyakaleva, at the time of working only, Bhrutyan, the servants, Sambhavayet, honors or regards, Saha Kim Prabhu iti Kyataha Bhavati. He becomes a good master. Okay? Iti khyata, there is a saying. Uktam kalu kenachit kavina. And also in support of this, the dog is giving some sloka. You have read, huh?
Yes, sir.
Uktam kalu kenachit kavina. It is already said by some poet like this. Ashritanam bhrutau swami sevayam dharma sevane putrasyotpadane chaiva nasanti pratihastakaha. Now, the poem means here, there are no pratihastakaha means substitutes. Pratihastaka is explained, pratinidhi. Pratinidhi means representative. Pratihastaka means a person who can replace another. Ekasya sthane anyaha purushaha. Pratihastakaha, that is explained like that. Ekasya sthane, in one's place, anyaha purushaha niyuktaha. Or niyukta bhavati. Substitute or what you can say, substitute, representative, etc. So in these things there are no substitutes. What are the things? Ashritanam, in maintaining the dependents. In maintaining the dependents, there is no substitute for the master. The dependents must be looked after very well. Then Bhrutau, in Ashritanam, this is Ashritanam Bhrutau, sorry. In maintaining the dependent people. See, there are some dependents. Master is there. He may be looking after some 10 servants. 10 servants may be working for him. So whose job it is? to look after their maintenance, their livelihood. It is the master, Swami. So, Asritanam Purushanam Bhrutau. Bhrutihi means livelihood. Bhruti here means Strilinga Shabda. Bhrutihi, Saptami, Bhrutau. Poshani. If you take a simple word, Asritanam Sevakanam Poshani. In maintaining the servants who are dependents. One. Swami Sevayam. In discharging the duty of the Swami, master. Dharma Sevani. And also in discharging people who are also discharging their religious duties. Dharma Sevani. People who are doing their duties. Putrasya Utpadani. And in begetting children, only the husband has to beget children from the wife. No substitute for that. Putrasya Utpadane cha eva chaiva na asti na santi pratihastakaha. That is it. There are no substitutes as far as maintaining the servants is concerned, who are involved in the Swami Seva. And people who are Dharma Sevane, people who are also discharging religious duties, they also have to be maintained by the Swamis, their Swamis. And thirdly, and in the production of the son, the master has to only do, he can't substitute. So there is a very rough way of saying, because they are animals. Putrasya Utpadane Pratihastakaha Pratinidhihi na bhavati tatra. So one has to beget his own children. So Putrasya Utpadane chaiva na santi pratihastakaha. There are no substitute in these regards. Now what applies in the story here? Swami Sevayam. Swami Sevayam Niyuktanam Sevakanam Bhrutau Poshane. There is no substitute. So this is what is. Shunaha, you have to read it.
Shunaha etadrushim yuktim shrutva gardavaha punaha avadat. Are duracharim kim vyartham jalpasi. Vastutaha vipattau yaha swaminaha upeksham karoti sma. Karoti saha papiyan
Bhavati.
Are papatman tvam yadi swakartavyasya upeksham karoshi tarhi ahameva tatha kinchid
Acharishyami
yena swami nidrayaha jagarishyati.
Okay. Shunaha etadrushim yuktim shrutva. Shunaha, now this word also came, Srinivas, nakaranta, shwan, shwa, shwanau, shwanaha, shwanam, shwarau, shunaha, shuna, shwabhyam, shwabihi, shuni, saptami it comes shuni, shashti it comes shunaha, panchami also it becomes shunaha. Shunaha means kukkurasya. Shunakasya, there are three words, two words are very simple. Kukkuraha akaranta pullinga shabda. Shunakaha akaranta pullinga shabda. Shwan nakaranta shabda, which is a bit difficult also for the beginners. Shunaha means, Shunaha nama atra kukkurasya, shunakasya, etadrushim yuktim. This kind of alochana. Having listened to this kind of thought of the dog, Shrutva, having listened, Gardavaha, the donkey, Punaha again, Avadat, again said. The donkey did not keep quiet. After listening to this kind of talk of the dog, Are Duracharin, now the donkey is cursing. Are Duracharin, you bad guy, bad fellow, rogue, you can say. Duracharin means one who is doing wrong things. You wicked fellow, you wicked dog, kim vyartham jalpasi. What are you talking nonsense? Why talk nonsense? Kim vyartham, useless, jalpasi. You are talking all nonsense. Vastutaha, in reality, vipattau yaha swaminaha upeksham karoti. Yaha sevakaha bhrutyaha vipattau, in danger, in need, Swaminah upeksham karoti, one who neglects his master in his danger, in his needy time. Vipatti means here needy time. Yaha vastutah, in reality, vipattau, in danger, in calamity, in times of need, dire need, yaha sevakaha, whichever servant, Swaminah upeksham karoti, who neglects his master, saha sa sevakaha. Saha means saha sevakaha. Papiyan bhavati, becomes a sinner. A servant who neglects his master in his needy times, he becomes a sinner. Saha papiyan, papaha bhavati. Papiyan means he becomes a great sinner, greater sinner. Are papatman, again accusing. Are papatman, you sinner. Tvam yadi swakartavyasya upeksham karoshi. Tvam yadi swakartavyasya upeksham karoshi. If you neglect your duty of barking, tarihi, yadi followed by tarihi here, avyayas. If you neglect your duty, tarihi, then ahameva tata kinchid acharishyami, then I will do myself. If you don't want to do, then I will do my duty. Ahameva tatha kinchid acharishyami, I will only do something like that. Yena, by which, yena means here by which act. Swami, our master, nidrayaha jagarishyati, he will awake from the sleep. Here nidrayaha is panchami, Srinivas. Nidra shabda is like kanya shabda. Nidrayaha jagarishyati, he will awake from the sleep. I will do something like that. Then you read.
Etad uktva saha gardabha uchchaihi cheetkara shabdam akarot. Tena cheetkara shabdena rajakasya nidra bhagna. Shabdam shrutva choraha api palayitaha. Parantu nidra bhanga kopat Ayam vyartam gardabhoyam vyartam chitkaroti iti vichintya saha rajakaha tam gardabham lagudena tadayamasa gruha swaminaha praharena prabhubhaktaha gardabha tatraiva pranam tyaktavam. So this is how the story ends here. Etad uktva, saying like this the donkey, Gardabaha etad uktva, having said this, Saha Gardabaha, that donkey, Uchchaihi, loudly, Uchchaihi is an avyaya, loudly, Cheetkara Shabdam Akarot, it gave a big loud noise. Cheetkara, donkeys, there is a word in English. Parrots speak, monkeys, dogs bark, donkeys, some word is there, not coming. So the donkey made a sound, donkey sound, made a big donkey sound. Cheetkara Shabdam Akarot. Uchchaihi, loudly. Tena, by that, Chitkara Shabdena, by that Chitkara Shabdena, Rajakasya Nidra Bhagna. So the washerman's Nidra got snapped. His sleep got snapped, broke. His sleep got broken. Nidra Bhagna. Bhagna is adjective to Nidra. Nidra Bhagna Abhavat. His sleep got broken. Shabdam Shrutva Choraha api palayitaha. But the benefit was there. Shabdam Shrutva, having listened to the sound, Choraha palayitaha bhavan. They took to heels, they ran away. Having heard such a big noise of the donkey, the Choraha palayitaha api palayitaha. The thieves ran away. Parantu Nidra Bhanga Kopat. Nidra Bhanga Kopat. The master was so angry because his sleep was disturbed. Gardabhoyam vyartham chitkaroti. This donkey is unnecessarily making braying, I think, Srinivas. Donkey brays.
some word is there. This donkey is unnecessarily making sound. Gardavoyam vyartham chit karoti. Iti, thinking like this, vichintya, thinking. Saha rajakaha, that washerman, tam gardabham, that donkey, lagudena tadayamasa. Atadayat. Lagudena atadayat. He beat up that donkey with a stick. You can see in the picture also. He is carrying a big stick, and he with a big stick. Tadayamasa means this is a kind of past tense. Atadayat. He beat up with a lagudena trutiya. Gardavam tam gardavam tadayamasa. He beat up that donkey. Grihaswaminaha praharena. With the beating of the master. Grihaswaminaha praharena. With the attack of the master. Prabhu bhaktaha. That devoted servant donkey Gardavaha. Tatraiva pranan tyaktavan. Pranan atyajat. Tatraiva pranan atyajat tyaktavan. The donkey died there itself, gave up its life, being beaten by that master. So, this is the moral here. Bhakta is ruined and non-bhakta is saved. But even in the death of the devoted servant, there is a good thing done to the master, because the thieves ran away. That was not known to the master, but he thought he was disturbed and therefore he beat up. So we'll just go back fast and locate Sambodhanas. So one I have to write now here. Palita Pashu Dvi. In the line 3, please make a correction there. In line 3, there should be Dvau. Palita Pashu. This should be correction, not Dve. And then we try to locate the Sambodhana. Sakhe, 4th line, Srinivas. Sakhe, oh my friend. 2nd paragraph, Bhrataha, hey Bhrataha. Bhoho Bhrataha, oh my brother. Bandho, hey Bandho. Then 2nd paragraph, Hey Mitra, oh my friend. Then 3rd paragraph, Are Modhamati. I told you, we learned Srinivas in the previous class. He and Bhoho. Are also is there. I told you. Are Ravana. Re Ravana. Are is there. Re is also there. Without a being omitted. Re. Are we also say in our languages. Are Modhamati. Re Modhamati. Shrunu. Shrunu is imperative mode. That is not Sambodhana. Hare Swarthin. Re Swarthin. You selfish fellow. And then next page. First line. Are Modhamati. Pasho. Modha. Pasho. Then last paragraph. Are Duracharin. First line after the sloka. Yes. Are Duracharin. You wicked fellow. Then Are Papatman. In the last paragraph, 3rd line. Could you find out? Yes. Papiyan. Are Papatman. You sinner. You sinful fellow. That's all I think. Not many. Then we move on, Srinivas. Trutiya Stabakaha. Prathamaha Pataha. Sarvanama Shabdaha. Yes, at last we are coming. So far we have dealt with Sambodhana Prathama Vibhaktihi, nominative vocative case, in Ajanta Shabdas in vowel ending nouns and Halanta Shabdas in consonant ending nouns. And we have seen and practiced in the previous pages these and with this we come to the end of the study of the noun study in from Prathama to Saptami, including the Sambodhana Prathama. So we are heading towards what we left somewhat long back incomplete. Pronouns were also studied by us, but very important pronouns in the without which I think you cannot understand any story, any poem. They are coming up now, very important Sarvanamas. Sarvanama Shabdaha, Etad Shabdasya Pullinga Prayogaha. We are first going to Etad, Dakaranta Etad Shabda, which is available in Pullinga, Strilinga and also Napumsakalinga. Every pronoun will be there in 3 genders except the personal pronouns. Personal pronouns, if you remember, Asmad, Yushmad, Dakarantas, which are not having any derivation in linga wise, gender wise. Aham is same, it is not derived Strilinga differently. Napumsakalinga, no linga is there. When I say aham, aham can be said by a lady, by a man also. Aham mata, aham pita, aham chhatraha, aham yantram, anything. So only other pronouns, right? You remember this. Asmad, Yushmad, these 2 personal pronouns do not get derived in different 3 genders. Rather, they are Trishulingeshu Samanam. They are called Trishulingeshu Samanaha Asmad Shabdaha, Yushmad Shabdaha. So we go here, Srinivas. You can just read. Bahuvachanam. So with the noun it is given, yes.
एतौ बालकौ स्तः एते छात्राः सन्ति एतं बालकं पाठय एतौ सम्यक् पालय एतान् शिशून् पोषय एतेन सह क्रीड एताभ्यां सह वार्तां कुरु एतैः सह विहर एतस्मै पुस्तकं देहि एताभ्यां मिष्ठं देहि एतेभ्यः धनं देहि एतस्मात् लेखनीं स्वीकुरु एताभ्यां पुस्तकं स्वीकुरु एतेभ्यः विद्यां स्वीकुरु एतस्य गृहं तत्र अस्ति एतयोः व्यवहारः उत्तमः एतेषां दिनचर्यां समीचीना एतस्मिन् बहुगुणाः सन्ति एतयोः समानाः गुणाः सन्ति एतेषु विनयः अस्ति.
Now, if you watch Srinivas, all the Etat Shabda Pullinga derivations are given in bold. Eshaha, see, I will read only the pronoun now. Eshaha, etau, ete, etam, etau, etan, etena, etabhyam, etaihi, etasmai, etabhyam, etebhyaha, etasmat, etabhyam, etebhyaha, etasya, etayoho, etesham, etasmin, etayoho, eteshu. So this is the, and to understand it better, sentence formation is done here. Eshaha balakaha asti. You can understand, very simple. Eshaha balakaha asti. This is a boy. Now etat shabda is used pointing to the person very close to you. Then etau balakau staha. These 2 are boys. If you are pointing out to 2 boys, then you say etau balakau staha. Ete balakaha santi. You can also say, the noun has changed here in the book. You can take the same balakau in plural, Srinivas. Ete balakaha santi or ete chhatraha santi. Ete sikshakaha santi. Ete vanaraha santi. Anything you can say. Ete pashavaha santi, etc. So that is a nominative case. Eshaha balakaha asti. This is a boy. Naming case. Now when it comes to the Dvitiya, you have to remember the meanings, how to attach the meanings in Dvitiya. Etam balakam, immediately. Esha has become etam, balaka has become balakam pathaya. So teach to this boy. You teach to this boy. Tvam pathaya. Tvam is understood here. Patha shabda, verb patha, is used in a causal form here. Pathaya means you teach. You being implied here. Tvam pathaya. Kam pathaya tvam. Kam pathaya. You teach whom? If I pose a question, kam means whom? See, these two words I want to just make clarity by writing on the board. In Sanskrit, tam rhymes with English. I have already told him. Similarly, kam means whom. Similarly, in this is masculine gender. Masculine gender. If you were to take the same in feminine, tam, her, feminine, and calm, whom, feminine. So if I say etam balakam pathaya, kam balakam pathaya, etam balakam pathaya. This etam. Teach tvam etam balakam pathaya. You teach this boy. Teach to this boy. So we may take the preposition in English to teach to this boy. Teach. Etau samyak pathaya. Now what happened in the next? The balaka shabda is not taken. You take. Balaka is same way derived. Now you know, by now we have studied all the nouns. Etau balakau samyak pathaya. We elongate the sentence. Etau balakau samyak pathaya. You teach to these two boys well. You teach well to these two boys. Etau balakau samyak properly. What is that? Palaya is there. Okay, doesn't matter. Pathaya, I am saying another sentence you take. Etau balakau samyak palaya. This book says palaya means protect. Look after these two boys well. But I am saying you take the same verb. Etau balakau samyak pathaya. You teach to these boys well. Or you protect these boys well. Look after these boys. Palaya. Now when we go to Bahuvachana, etan balakan, take the same noun. Etan balakan poshaya. Shishu shabda is given here. Shishun. You can take akaranta balan. Shishun. Etan shishun samyak poshaya. We will take another samyak avyaya properly. You nourish these infants well. Etan shishun poshaya. Poshaya means tvam poshaya. You look after, nourish. Tvam etan shishun samyak poshaya. Are you getting?
Yes.
So, shishu here is object of your nourishment. Shishu, boy becomes the object of your teaching. That is why they go to objective case. Third, etena saha krida. Krida means who? Tvam, understood again. Tvam krida. You play, you being implied, etena saha, along with this boy. Say, I will complete the sentence. Etena balakena saha tvam krida. You play with this boy. Next you go to etabhyam balakabhyam saha vartam kuru. You tvam vartam kuru. You talk along with these two boys. Etabhyam balakabhyam saha vartam tvam vartam kuru. You converse with these two boys. Then etaihi saha vihara. Etaihi balakaihi saha tvam vihara. You roam about with these boys. Etaihi, noun is not given, we are taking. Balakaihi saha tvam, understood, vihara. Now in the fourth you understand, Chaturthi. What is the meaning of Chaturthi? We have taken for in English, for, F-O-R, for, to, for the sake of, etc. So, etasmai pustakam dehi. Whenever giving is involved, dana, the recipient will go to Chaturthi. So, etasmai pustakam dehi. Etasmai balakaya I will substitute one noun here. Etasmai balakaya chhatraya pustakam dehi yacha. Tvam yacha. Tvam dehi. You give, you again, everywhere you is implied here. Etasmai pustakam dehi. Give a book to this, for this person. To this or for this also you can say. Etabhyam mishtam dehi. Tvam dehi. Understood. Tvam etabhyam balakabhyam mishtam dehi. You give a sweet to these two boys. Etabhyam, specifically to these two. Etabhyam dvabhyam balakabhyam mishtam tvam dehi. Okay. Etebhyah dhanam dehi. Etebhyah balakebhyah tvam dhanam dehi. You give money to these boys. Etebhyah tvam, understood. Dhanam tvam dehi. Yacha. Dehi means yacha. Now Chaturthi is over. Panchami. Etasmat lekhanim svikuru. You take. Tvam svikuru. Kim svikuru? Lekhanim svikuru. Kasmat etasmat. Etasmat balakat. Etasmat balakat. Tvam lekhanim svikuru. You take a pencil, pen. You take a pen from this boy. From this etasmat. Etabhyam pustakam svikuru. Etabhyam balakabhyam tvam pustakam svikuru. You take a book from these two boys. Etebhyah, from these boys, vidyam svikuru. Etebhyah balakebhyah or etebhyah gurubhyah. If you take a guru shabda, gurubhyah vidyam svikuru, tvam svikuru. You take learning, education from these teachers or from these whatever your choice of noun you put there. So in Shashti you understand etasya gruham tatra asti, meaning etasya gruham tatra asti, etasya balakasya gruham tatra asti. This boy's house is there, over there. Etasya, of this, gruham, house, home, tatra asti is over there. So the house of this boy, this boy's house is over there. Etayoho vyavaharaha uttamaha. The behavior of these two, etayoho balakayoho vyavaharaha uttamaha asti, understood. The behavior of these two boys is excellent. Etesham dinacharya samichina. Etesham balakanam dinacharya, daily routine work, samichina is very good. The routine of these boys is very good. Saptami. Etasmin balake, yes, etasmin balake bahu gunaha santi. There are many qualities, there are many good qualities in this boy. Location, we have come to Saptami now. Etasya is of Shashti, position. When we come to Saptami, it is location. Etasmin balake, in this boy, bahu gunaha santi. Tasmin balake bahu doshaha santi. If you compare etasmin opposite tasmin. Etasmin balake bahu gunaha santi, parantu tasmin balake bahu doshaha santi.
So guna itself is good quality.
Yeah, guna is itself is good quality. We can make it bad quality. Durgunaha santi. Suguna, durguna, very good qualities. So bahu doshaha santi. So etayoho balakayoho, in these two boys, samanaha gunaha santi, equal qualities are there. There are equal qualities in these two boys. Etayoho balakayoho madhye. Sometimes we attach madhye. Between these two boys, samanaha gunaha santi. Eteshu balakeshu vinayaha asti. These boys have it is very wrong to say in English, there is discipline in these boys. Literally it means there is discipline in these boys. Eteshu balakeshu vinayah asti. Or in other words, these boys have discipline. So eteshu balakeshu vinayah asti, bhaktihi asti, shraddha asti, etc. So you have understood? Now your job now is to, and not only you here sitting before me, but all the students who are learning through our video classes, please learn this at one go, at stretch. The pronouns must be learned fully well in order to appreciate the language, Sanskrit language, and in order to understand the sentence and paragraph and slokas. Pronouns are very, very important. And here we are coming, first time we are reading complete derivation of etad, and this has no sambodhana, please remember. This pronoun does not have sambodhana prathama vibhakti. There is no sambodhana. You don't say a this, a that, you don't say. In sambodhana is not there, therefore only say.
For all sarvanamas?
Mostly, yes, all sarvanamas. But in sarva, there is one sarvanama, sarva itself, that has sambodhana. Sarva, sarvanama is there. Sarvaha, sarvau, sarve. He sarva, he sarvau, he sarve. When you use he sarva means you are addressing God. For that it is required. He sarva. He sarvantaryami. Okay? For sarvanama there is sarva. Okay to you. But otherwise not there. So is the time over? Yes. Shubham bhuya.